Yes, sir. Kill trip. Good morning, top of the morning, family. Welcome back to the Man to Man Pod. Hope you had a great weekend. It's July 31st, 2023. I'm one half of the pod, DB Darius Butler. Got my co-host, Antoine Bethea, AB. What's good, AB? How was the weekend, man?
Man, I'm recovering, but the weekend was great. Celebrating the B-Day, celebrating my daughter's B-Day. Some friends and some family, man. So no complaints on my side, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. So I'm excited for today's show, man. How was your weekend?
Whole lot of Leo action over there, man. I saw some of the highlights, some of the clips. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. My weekend was great as well. Went back to Indy, went back to the old stomping grounds. My guy Zito's nuptials, his wedding. So that was dope to go out there. Got a chance to catch up with us, former teammates, some of the people in the Colts building. Kind of get a little inside some scoop of what's going on in the building, man. A lot of excitement over there. Obviously, we got been making a lot of headlines, a lot of news. One of our star players, team owner, a lot of back and forth. So we definitely gonna get into that. A lot to talk about on from that standpoint. What else we talking about today, man?
Man, we had a huge fight this past weekend. Very, very anticipated. Well, two. We have, in the boxing realm, man, in the UFC. Yep. But Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, obviously, we're gonna talk about that. I want to get your reaction. Aaron Rodgers, new member of the Jets. Sean Payton has some comments. Definitely want to get your stance on how you feel about that situation. What division do we got today? We got the AFC West. AFC
West. Yep. Now, home of the newest highest paid quarterback in the league. That's changed 3 times now this offseason?
It has.
Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. That's an exciting division to talk about for sure. Can't wait for that one.
Facts. So, hey, as always, put some interaction, put some of your thoughts in the comment section. We definitely will love that. We definitely will get with you guys on that. But other than that, man, sure. We see y'all on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talking, man to man, they can't guard me, man to man, they don't wanna see us, man to man, they don't know how to beat us, man to man, 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 yeah, man, that's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing, then hard times ain't so bad. Just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see us, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man, 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 man to man.
Any way we can get it, baby. Any way we can get it. Yes, sir. Go, man. Well, hey, before we get to this beautiful Monday, man, we got a nice flashback to the weekend, man. You want to start with your weekend or mine?
Yours. We start with yours.
Mine to be quick, man. And for y'all who don't know, Zito, obviously a big part of Pat McAfee show. Been rocking with Pat for a long time. and a part of this show as well. We know when I'm on the road throughout the year, last year, especially on Thursdays, when we're doing our Monday and Thursday show, I'll be in the Thunderdome. Zito and Tone would always connect and make sure everything was solid, production-wise, camera-wise. Shout out to Zito. And before our first few episodes, we were kind of shooting our shows remotely through Pat's studio.
Yeah.
Zeke was the guy behind that, man. So I had to get out there to Indy for his big day. A lot of the guys were there. Indy, surprisingly, a little hot. I know it's summertime and it's hot everywhere, but
dude, Indy, it can sneak up on you in Indy.
Oh yeah, I had to sneak a golf round in on Saturday morning. It was a little hot out there, a little toasted, but nonetheless, man, we had a good time. He had to throw on his the Bears vest on out there. But shout out to the guy, man. It was good.
Congrats, Zito.
Big congrats to Zeke. And his beautiful wife Coco as well, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now to the birthday bash, man.
Yeah, man. But wish Zito nothing but longevity and nothing but happiness, man. Happy spouse, happy house.
I take that note.
Yeah, happy spouse, happy house, man. But shout out Zito.
Big shout out to Zeke, man. Perez. Now, let's get to this Leo birthday bash, man.
Man, we had a good time, man. Just like I said, family, friends, man. Some homeboys from VA came up. Classmates from Howard came up, and then some folks around the area, man, came up. And again, my birthday was Thursday. Baby girl birthday was yesterday. We had the little ones out here too, man, and we just had a good time, man. Just good vibes, good energy. Yeah. People always tell me, "AB, man, you gotta grow up," and I said, I will never grow up, man. We all got that kid in us, man, and we gotta touch that every chance we get, man. So again, man, we had a good time, man. We're gonna play this little video.
Let's get it.
Where that? You seen it?
Hold on, here we go. Bam. Okay, what we got here? Look like tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe, yeah, it's a tic-tac-toe, man. So then, growing up, man, I used to love a good slip and slide. So we got the slip and slide. Had some some of my employees from District 41 come up, man. They showed some love.
Oh, I ain't been on the slip and slide in a minute.
Man, my folks calling me. They saw this morning. Ooh.
that recovery ain't the same, man.
It's not. Wifey struggling.
Okay. That's that teamwork right there.
That wall right there was undefeated the whole weekend.
Bam.
Hey, that wall was undefeated the whole weekend, bro.
Okay.
Man.
They're going down, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it was nothing but good times, man. Good vibes.
Okay, still an athlete. Let me see. Okay, keep knees over your toes.
Yo, so the end part right here, this probably was the highlight of the weekend right here. Mm-hmm. Two of my guys, man. My man J-Boy right there. He a Florida boy. Oh.
So, okay, it looked like your team ended up winning.
We caught the L. Caught the L, man. We caught the L. But again, man, it was a great weekend. Great vibe.
Hey, it looked like it, man. Like you said, never grow up, man. Obviously, we got a lot of grown shit, a lot of adulting we got to do. But when you get a time to, let your hair down and have some fun, good old-fashioned fun like that, man, that I got to get out. I got to put something together like that.
Yeah, man. Number good times, man. But hey, let's get into it, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Let's get into it.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. In your world.
Whew.
Yeah, but we've been waiting for this one. We've been waiting for this one for a long time, man. Spence, Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Bud Crawford. We talked about it on the show a bunch. The odds were close. Everybody expected one of them fights that went down to the wire. I expected Bud to win in the decision. I think you had Bud too. I think
yeah,
too, right?
Yep. Had Bud as well.
What was your thoughts, man? Were you as surprised as everyone else?
Yeah, man.
This, I mean, elite performance from wire to wire from Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yeah, man. I was shocked. I was shocked just how dominant he looked. You know, obviously we both picked Bud to win. Two great fighters, but how he made it look easy. And you know, watching the fight, it just looked like big brother versus little brother. And walking away from the fight, it's like there's no need to have a rematch. Like Bud just looked that much better than Errol Spence, and I'm not sure, you know, what it was. You know what I mean? I don't know if Bud just worked that much harder, but inside those rings, man, Bud was dominant from the start.
Yeah,
like once he walked out there with Eminem, it's like, yo, like, because you rarely see Eminem, like rare sightings, man. But when he came out with Eminem, and then just the song, and you listen to the lyrics, it was just fitting. And then when Bud went in the ring, man, he punished that man. So, you know, I don't think it'll be a rematch. I don't think Errol Spence wants that rematch for real. Hey, go ahead and take your L and keep it moving, man.
Yeah, some people made some. He didn't make any excuses. That's what I liked about Spence. You know, he did stay in there. You know, the ref ended up having to stop it in the 9th round, which I don't think anybody was really opposed to that, unless, you know, some people wanted to see the knockout. But he stayed in the paint. You know, like you said, he was outclassed. He was outmatched from the beginning. And after the fight, didn't make any excuses. Said he wanted the rematch. You know, it's up to Spence to trigger the rematch. I think he said by December. But I feel like he kind of had to say that in that moment. But some people were making excuses for him, saying like, oh, he stayed at that weight too long, or he over dehydrated himself. So, kind of some of the stuff you heard from the Garcia Tank Davis fight. So if they do rematch, I would anticipate it being, I think, at 154. But I don't care if they fought at 174, 184. How this look like. Bud 40-0 now. I think this is 11 fight streak now with a knockout. I mean, like you said, it looked like big brother, little brother. Like it looked like it was just a different class. And I know maybe Spence not the same dude he was before the accident and stuff, but no excuse, no explanation. You get in that ring.
Yeah.
You gotta hold it down, and Bud did that.
But what I do, like you said, what I do respect is that 2 of the top fighters they got in the ring. You know, I think all the boxing fans, we've been asking for that. We've been wanting that. If you at the top of the top, you in the top of your class, your weight class, shit, get in the ring with the top dogs. You know, I think, you know, and guys have been mentioning this where they're afraid to have that blemish on their record.
Yeah.
But again, you know,
after Floyd,
but you know, Errol Spence said, hey, yeah, I'm so and one, but that one loss comes from the top dog. So you know, guys can respect that. But to I think to everybody's surprise, you know, it was very, very, very dominant and
punishing.
Shit, it got ugly, and I'm glad. And the ref did a good job, man. He could have stopped it way before that. Honestly,
he could have.
Yeah, but you know. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to Eminem. Shout out to Bud doing what he do. It was good to see, you know, just having his young boys in the locker room with him, Shakur Stevenson, to experience it, man. But Errol Spence, he'll bounce back. Hopefully,
we'll see. You know, hopefully.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I kind of want to see the rematch too. You know, it's not like I don't expect Spence to win it, but I do want to see the rematch. But you know much more about the boxing world than I do. Who else do you think can jump in that ring with Bud next and, you know, give him a test?
Nobody.
Ooh,
shit, bruh, he was that dominant.
He
made that look easy, man. Like I don't know who else can step in the ring and really give us
real match,
a good match, something that we want to see. We thought it was Errol Spence. Everybody thought it was Errol Spence. Everybody thought it was Errol Spence, and he walked him down the whole fight. It wasn't one round you could say Errol Spence won that night.
They said the first after the fight, they said the first round, like some people gave to Spence. I felt like the first round they were both just kind of, in
testing
there trying
each other out.
feeling each other out, pause. And then after that, it was just, oh, all right, bet. Like I know the game plan. Yeah, the game plan is on point. He was switch. Terrence is a natural switch hitter. He was that like it was just unfair. I think we do got a little bit of clip of the stoppage.
Oh, so when the refs saw that right, yeah. No. Hey.
I was just thinking of that Martin episode, bro.
Johnny Hearns, Hitman Hearns.
Oh yeah, when he peeked his head out that room for Virginia to see for the first time, bro, lumped up. It was and fighting. Hey, look, they better men than I am as far as getting in that ring. You don't play boxing, but man, that was ugly. Talked about being in Indy. Got a chance to catch up with a couple of your former teammates, a couple of my former teammates, a few of the coaches for the Colts. Shout out to Cato, Coach June, June, Reggie Wayne, Mike Mitch, my good friend, coach out there with the Colts now. There's a lot of guys out there, so it's good to catch up with them and kind of, talk some ball with them as well. And we watched, I know you didn't watch it, but the UFC fight, UFC 291, Poirier and Justin Gaethje, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He had a kick, and the dude kind of got his hand up there late to block it, but it was still.
It was a wrap after that.
Then he hit him with one of them. And it wasn't even like you could tell it was just a little love tap, and then the ref came in, flew in there, and stopped the fight. We get a little peek at this knockout too. This bam, out of there on his feet.
Ooh.
Ref had to get up in there. I think Poirier thought he was fighting the ref for a quick little second there on the floor. But
hit him. He probably caught him behind that ear.
Mm-hmm. That's the same, very similar kick. It was who got knocked out like that? Damn. It was Leon Edwards hit him from the other side. I think it was a left foot kick, similar like that. Once again, hey, utmost respect.
Yeah,
guys that getting that out the gun. Ooh,
that boxing is one thing. Now them boys getting that octagon.
Usman, that's what it was.
That's a different beast, man. I don't understand how they do it. And then they don't get paid for real.
Not how they should.
Not how they should, you know what I mean? But like you said, salute to them guys, man, because I know I nowhere in hell I'm getting in that octagon.
Yeah, I just hope I don't bump into one of these dudes.
But it's crazy on that.
So
it's crazy because you got you got regular guys going there and training that MMA. So you out there with your family and dude talking crazy to you. Deep up, man. You got to step up, man. You got to step up. Like Kevin Hart said,
buddy. Keep that ear. They got that cauliflower ear.
Oh yeah. What you tell them? Hey, girls, y'all get in the car.
Yeah, y'all get in the car. Let me talk this out. So y'all some conflict resolution here. We're gonna talk this out. I can't take that L home. My kids talk shit.
Hey, what? What?
But yeah, man, some real fights. Love a good fight. Hopefully, we get some more of these top dogs matching up with each other in the octagon, in the boxing ring. I'll be tapped in to see it. They'll definitely get my pay-per-view at this point in the game, man. But enough with the fight talk.
Man, let's get to the
talk.
Man, let's talk about our coach. You just talked about it. You was in Indy. Cato, Reggie, Mike Mitch. But our coach, man, we hitting the news for the wrong reasons, man. And it's, in my eyes, it's horrible timing. As you have up there, reported by Ian Rappaport, Coach star running back Jonathan Taylor has formally requested a trade after meeting with owner Jim Irsay. Supposedly, owner Jim Irsay and JT, they met in his in his RV, his RV. Yeah, I guess in his RV. Had some conversations, and Obviously, they didn't go well because after that conversation, like the agent reported, like, "Hey, look, man, we want to trade, you know." And then Ursay, man, he has some comments, you know. And he quoted, "If I die tonight and Jonathan Taylor is out of the league, no one's going to miss us. The league goes on. It doesn't matter who comes and who goes." I want to get your reaction on this statement. I know, as far as for me, I feel like people may feel a certain type of way about the comment being when it was said. So, you know, you having this disagreement, and you know, you come out and say, "Hey," because I think Jonathan Taylor, he's on his final year of his rookie contract. So you know, looking to get re-up before the end of his contract, and you know, having, you know, being disgruntled, and then to come out and say that some people be like, "Damn, that's insensitive," or whatever the case may be. But the matter of the fact is, there's some truth in that.
Unfortunately, a lot of truth in it.
Unfortunately, you know what I mean? And it's some truth in that. Like, you know, we can look way before us and just a lot of great players that come through this league. So, and we got to know that, like, before us and after us is going to be great players that, you know, come in this league. But on the other hand, you know, and we've talked about this continuously just in that running back market, knowing that, well, shit, yeah, when it's my time, I just want to get compensated for what I'm worth.
Yeah.
Again, we continue to have this conversation. It's a tough conversation to be had. But what was your take, or what was your stance on this, like, sort of Ursay and JT, and even some people have some comments about JT's agent and how he's handling the situation?
That, I think that's the key right there, and all that. You know, I think you always start with the player, you know, because the player, you choose your representation. I believe he fired his original agent and hired this agent. I think he represents Shaq Leonard, and some other guys around the league as well. So it does, the ultimate responsibility comes back to the player. When it comes back, we always talk about it. You know, it's the business of you. When you are that professional player, it's a short window for all of us, especially running backs. We see what's going on in the market around the league. So it's definitely, it comes down to JT. And then as far as Ursay goes, he gonna do what he feels is best for his business, and then the overall brand of the NFL. You know, those owners stick together, you know, and I feel like this offseason they're speaking out even more. And Ursay, you know, he's kind of been, and I saw him say this on Pat's show, he kind of almost feels like he's kind of like one of the mouthpieces for the owners and how they feel, because he came out and made a broader statement about, you know, how, look, we just collectively bargained a CBA a few years ago, and now one position group is trying to X, Y, and Z. And then that's when Jonathan Taylor's agent came out and retweeted that and said, "Hey, yeah, you should pay your best offensive player," not quoting them. And then somebody else responded to that, like, "Hey, I hope this relationship can be mended." And then the agent came back and said, "Oh, probably not."
No, right.
So, like that, from an agent standpoint, I don't think that's
like
good
that.
business. I hate that. I hate that from an agent standpoint. Publicly, you're not going to come out and win publicly going back and forth with the team. So I hate that. Jonathan Taylor, on what leverage do you have right now, especially as a running back? Nobody's trying to pay their running back right now. So even if you do force your hand or try to force your hand to get a trade, which Ursay basically came out and said, "Look, I'm not trading him now. I ain't trading him in October either."
Right.
So I doubt he goes anywhere. And then if you trade for him, what's the likelihood that somebody else is going to try to pay him the money that he wants? And then what are they going to give up to get him in that building in return? So unfortunately, he's just in a bad situation. Hasn't been really healthy the last year or so. Came in right now. They're talking about, it was some reports that came out talking about some back pain. JT came out and responded to that. So Stephen Holder, one reporter who's been around the team for a while, both of us are very familiar with Holder. Coach running back reported training camp complaining about back pain that was deemed from a pre-existing issue. The team is now considering placing him on a non-football injury list, which could result in him not being paid for the regular season. Obviously, I feel like the Colts put this out.
Facts.
Jonathan Taylor responded, 1, never had back pain. 2, never reported back pain. 3, Not sure who quote unquote sources are, but find some new ones. So once again, I don't think it ever pans out greatly playing out in the media. And this is kind of like the overall look at the landscape of what's going on in the market, right? We all got a marketplace when we're playing these positions, when we're playing this sport. Taylor requested a trade. Joe Mixon pay cut. Barkley got that 1-year deal. Zeke, obviously, Eckler wanted to trade. Wanted his money, didn't get it. Aaron Jones took a pay cut. Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing last year, didn't get paid. Dalvin Cook looking like he about to end up with the Jets. We shall see. But yeah, man, I feel like you guys got some more comments on the JT Colts.
Yeah, man. From the agent aspect, where you know you're doing all this on social media. Obviously, you fighting for your guys. That's what you want. That's what you want your agent to do. You want your agent to be fighting for you, but they got to know how to do it and do it in the right way. Because at the end of the day, he's not in that building every day. He doesn't have to go in that building every day and walk those halls. JT does, and obviously, you know, you talking about money, you talking about being compensated and being valued as such, but that shit can get a little tricky, man. When you in that when you in that building every day, and you know things not going like you wanted to go. 9 times out of 10, the guys in the locker room with you, they gonna rock with you. They understand it, you know what I'm saying? But at times it could be tough, and like you said, with the reports coming out about the back pain, you know, that might be some other type of business, man. But again, I think the timing is horrible. Where at this point, your running back is your best offensive weapon. You know, having a rookie quarterback and say, hey, Richardson comes in and is the starter for week 1. You need JT. I think you need JT to take some of that load off of your quarterback. Being able to have that running style and that running attack where defenses have to put 8 men in the box. That makes it easier for your receivers to get open. It makes it easier for the quarterback to get his pre-snap read so he can make the right decision, man. So again, the timing is horrible for our coach, man. Hopefully it could get better.
Look into the crystal ball, man. How do you see this all actually playing out? Obviously, both of us familiar with the organization, familiar with the owner of the team. Familiar with kind of how they do things. And historically, obviously, we know what's going on with the running back market right now, but I feel like historically, you know, Irsay money hasn't been a holdup a lot of the times when it comes to these star players and retaining them and this, that, and the third, especially in the prime of their careers. We saw him give Andrew Luck 24 and say, hey, go on your way after you retire. But how do we see this actually playing out for Jonathan Taylor and for the Colts?
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, as of right now, I feel as though Jonathan Taylor doesn't have any leverage. Jim Irsay said, hey, I'm not trading you. I'm not trading you in October. You know what I'm saying? So as a player, you can play hardball, but you know, you're still on your rookie deal. You haven't had that big payday yet. So honestly, I don't think he's gonna sit out the year. Honestly, I feel as though, okay, JT, they had one talking to RV. I think, and I don't know if this is wasting time or whatever, but you got to have another conversation, man. And it has to be an upfront conversation. You know, hey, D-Buck, look at here. We're here for the same reason. We want to win the game. As an owner, you know, I'm not trading you. You know, I love your game. You know, you are a huge piece to this offense, but you got to understand, like, I'm not trading you. You're not going anywhere. We want you here as a coach. And just reassure them that, yo, we value you. But obviously on JT's side, well, damn, if you value me, then pay me what my, you know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be a slippery slope, man. But and I continuously harp on this. The sooner, you know, guys can understand, yo, this is a big business, and you got to be honest. You got to be honest with yourself, and you got to be honest on the other side. And until you can really not even say to have that happy medium, but you got to just be honest like, look, man, this is where the market is. Like, obviously, guys are trying to move it, but if it's not moving, shit. If I sit out, I'm not gonna get no bread. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just hope they can, at some point in time, they can come together. It's tough to really just write it down. Say, hey, this is the way we can make this better. Because obviously it's emotions involved. It's a passion involved. It's a lot of things that's involved with
Principles, a lot of things. Yeah.
Principles, a lot of things. So it's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, I'm hopeful the same. I'm gonna say it's the best thing for JT to do right now. We always say, control your controllables, control what you control, and that's we obviously can't control our injuries, but we control obviously how we respond to them rehab. So hopefully, we know he got hurt, I think, for the first time really last year in his football career. That's what they were saying. So not being healthy, having a not very productive year. The most important thing for JT right now, Jonathan Taylor, is to get healthy and then get out there and play. And then what that does is obviously that gives you, more leverage, that gets your market back up for not only in that building, but as you know, when you're playing the game, you are also, every time you touch that field, that practice field, that game field, you're interviewing for the rest of the other 31 teams as well. So if we see a healthy JT out there running the way he was running a couple years ago, that had him being like the number one fantasy pick for a lot of drafts going into the last season, that's what JT obviously needs to get back to. And when you're a running back, when you're any player, you want to strike when the iron's hot.
Yep.
Unfortunately, right now, the iron ain't hot for nobody playing that position. So right now, the most important thing for him to do is to have a big year. And I know he feels like he's outperformed his contract probably from day one, being a second-round pick. The team doesn't have that leverage for that fifth-year option to hold him for that. So they would have to franchise tag him if he was to play and get paid this year. So I think you just do what you got to do this year. We're going to need you. They're going to lean on you. You're going to have to get the ball. We got a rookie quarterback. We got a young wide receiver group for the most part, young tight end group. So you're going to lean heavily on that run game, not only from him, but then Richardson, what he can do with his legs. I think that's going to take some pressure off him, maybe even some pounding off of him. Pause, but we got to get we as a Colts fan, obviously we want to see him out there. We want to see him back to his old ways, and we're a much better team, obviously, with 28 on the field,
no doubt,
than with him not. And we know he got to take care of his business. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping his agent kind of goes a little differently about
a little
the
different route. Yeah,
and if not, sometimes you got to change representation as well.
But he changed
decision, obviously.
He changed representation. I think now he's represented by the same agent as Shaquille Leonard. So obviously, Shaquille Leonard was able to get a deal struck. So the agent has some he's familiar with the coach, obviously ownership and front office. So man, hopefully we can get this done, man. We can't be rolling to the season, man, with this cloud.
Yeah, man.
With this dark cloud hovering over.
We don't need these distractions right now, man.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
But we're not the only team dealing with some distractions, some contract issues. One of the best offensive linemen in the game, Zach Martin's trying to get his money as well. And like I said, these owners are they taking their stances. And once again, this is another team owner who is very public. I think Jerry Jones we always hear from him after games. I think he got a radio show every week, some shit like that. But Cowboys owner Jerry Jones says there will be, quote, a lot of consequences if Zach Martin doesn't report to camp. He says Zach Martin has made a lot of money over the years, and it's just hard to get it all. Yeah, whatever, buddy. He'll come to camp when he comes to camp. There's no resolution. There are a lot of consequences if he doesn't. He's been at the top of the money all the way through. Drafted high, got a lot of money over the years. We're going to talk about that money when it comes to the players. But obviously, we know Jerry Jones, regardless of what they're doing on the field and, making playoffs, winning playoff games, winning Super Bowls, that revenue is going up and up and up, hundreds of millions of dollars every year for them owners in these teams. So I'm not interested in hearing, team owners talk about how much players are making throughout their career. But it'd be interesting to see. I was on a team where Logan Mankins with the Patriots, our best offensive lineman guard. He won a new deal, and he really played hardball. He didn't show up, I don't think, until like November. So with Zach Martin being, a lot of people will say he's, 1 or 2 when it comes to just overall best offensive lineman in the league. And obviously they're gonna need him with Pollard and keep Dak upright as well. But how you see this one playing out with old Jerry and Zach down there in Dallas?
Man, look at here, man. Pay me my bread, man. Like I said, I don't care about none of that. If my level of play is high, and I deserve what I deserve, man, give me that, man. So again, Zach Martin has been a key figure to that Dallas team, that offense, that offensive line.
Dog.
Yeah, man. So again, to your point, man, the owners get, especially down there, in Larry's world, man, getting bunch of money, man. So that shouldn't be an excuse. Your job is to figure out how to pay your guys for your guys to be able to win. So if Zach Martin's one of your top guys, you should want to pay him. I don't care how much money I've been paid. So if I'm still playing well at a high level, pay me, man. So again, man, shit, if he holds out, I'm again, we say it all the time. I'm for all the guys trying to get their bread or working to get their money, however you see fit, man. So
and it's a little different in my opinion when you talking about when it comes to holding out. When you talk about the big guys, being away from football and then being able to get back in there in the thick of things. We saw, I think the Eagles signed like Lindahl Joseph and Sue, week 12 or 13 somewhere. They got in there and instantly made an impact on the field. It's a little different with the big guys as opposed to like a Saquon Barkley or Josh Jacobs, holding out till week 8 or 9. Like I'd be nervous every time they got to carry doing that. But we'll see how this one pans out. More drama, man.
I'm not a drama guy.
More
man,
drama,
but,
man.
It's good for us, man. We got some talking points this morning.
Facts. More drama, man.
Sean Payton, right? So I really want to get your opinion on this or your stance on this, right?
Hold on. Yep. I'll be right back.
Yep. So to the people, I feel a way about this. Obviously, when D-Buck gets back, I'll see where he stands. So Sean Payton shared his thoughts on the Denver's coaching last season. And quoted from Sean Payton, everything I heard about last season, we're doing the opposite. It might have been one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. That's how bad it was. So again, I'm gonna wait for D-Buck to get back because I have an opinion on this. And some people may say I'm tripping, but until then, my guy D-Buck get back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, right? So I don't see nothing wrong with the statement that Sean Payton made. No, here you go. I don't see anything wrong, right? So obviously, people say he was tripping. He shouldn't have said it. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers came out with with a quote. So I'm telling him, D-Buck, I don't see what was wrong with the statement that Sean Payton made, right? He said, everything I heard about last season, we're doing the opposite. It might have been one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. That's how bad it was. Okay, so basically he's saying the coaching was bad, right? So why give the coach a pass, whereas if the play on the field from a player was bad, we don't say, oh, you shouldn't have said that. If Russell Wilson did not play well last year, right?
Okay, I got you. I definitely got a response for this one.
Russell Wilson did not play well, and we said on this podcast a number of times that he didn't play well. People in the media said Russell Wilson did not play well. and people say, okay, nobody say, oh, you shouldn't say that about Russell. Yo, if it's, and we always say the eye in the sky don't lie.
Facts.
The eye in the sky don't lie. In this part of the game, man, we gotta tell it how it is. So is it wrong because he's another coach that said it and he's coming in and you should be speaking on the prior regime? Is that what it is? Or is it like, what is it? Like, because he is he lying?
It's not what he said. It's what hat is he wearing when he's saying it. Sean Payton, I think he's been on Fox for the last year or so, been obviously off the sideline. So when you're a pundit, when you're a talking head, an analyst, shit, you say whatever about the players, about the coaches, about the front office, ownership, whatever. But then once you get back in that, office, once you're a coach again, it's just like players. Like if it was a new quarterback in that system, in the Broncos system right now, the quarterback would be dead ass wrong if he was like, hey, everything Russell Wilson did last year, we doing the opposite. Everything the quarterback basically sucked last year. It was one of the worst quarterback seasons I've ever seen. Like as a player, there's no need for you to take that shot. You talk about what y'all got, what's the plan going forward. Yeah, we did some things. That's not the Bronco way, whatever. Same thing for the coaches. I think, and even Sean Payton said it afterwards, after the
interview. He didn't mean that.
He said 40 minutes after. This is what he said. I can only take the man. He said 40 minutes after the interview, he already regretted it.
No, he didn't.
Things that he said. Maybe he was trying to take the pressure and the spotlight away from Russell Wilson and some of the blame away from him, which I don't think was going to work anyway. But,
hey, look ahead.
You say what you want. You're a grown-ass man, but I just don't think it was the right thing to do as a head coach to be speaking on what another head coach do, especially a head coach.
Speaking on what he saw.
I understand that. And I'm sure being in that building, a lot of people were saying, hey, this is what they were doing. He was, but Sean Payton been a head coach in the league for a long time. Nathaniel Hackett got his shot, stunk it up, got fired in the first year, out of there, got another job. So he's still a coach in the league. I just don't think once again, I don't have a problem with what he said, especially if that's how Sean Payton feels. Shout out to Sean Payton, too. He's been a listener to the show. We've had some interactions, so shout out to SP. But I just don't think that was necessary for him to do that as a current coach in the National Football League. So it's not what he said. It's just what hat was he wearing when he said it.
I can respect that. But I also respect him talking about what he saw. Hey, this shit was a shit show in here. And we going a different route this year. So now it's on Sean Payton's shoulders that you got to go a different route. And you guys got to show up. So I definitely get what you're saying. So again, it could be a situation where, hey, coaches, man, we supposed to rock together. We supposed to stand together. But hey,
that's something we've heard as players. That's something we're going to hear, when he's addressing the team. Like, hey, I heard about the shit y'all was doing, last year or this, that, the third. Hey, it's a new sheriff in town. Woo-de-woo. But to USA Today, nah. And you know what? I respect A-Rod's response.
I do too.
Once again, this is the drama of the NFL and the offseason. And Aaron Rodgers, man, he's been doing a lot this offseason. Obviously, practicing a much more in the offseason with the team he did with the Packers for obvious reasons, new system, new team, all those things. Took a $35 million pay cut. We didn't even have but that's, I think I would assume that's probably the largest pay cut in NFL history for him to take a new 2-year deal and obviously give the team more flexibility, more money to make other moves around him. And then coming out for defending one of his, according to him, one of his favorite coaches that he's had in his long, successful NFL career. Basically, he needs to keep my coach's name out of his mouth. Obviously talking about Nathaniel Hackett. I think Salah was asking about some things he said about this. He also had some comments about the Jets too, saying how the Jets have won the offseason.
The offseason, yeah.
Be on Hard Knocks and, keep an eye on that type of shit. So I just think, Sean Payton just need to worry about the Denver Broncos. He got his own set of issues over there. I think he needs to worry about the Denver Broncos and not be necessarily worried about giving other teams bulletin board material, especially when you're not going to be on the field. Obviously, going to be on the sideline doing your thing, but
man, talk your shit, Sean Payton.
So
hey,
week five,
talk your shit, man. Sure,
week
talk
your
your shit, man. It's gonna be electric, man. Talk your shit. Like I said, I respect Aaron Rodgers for taking up for his guy. That, you know what I mean? Shit, somebody talking about D-Butt, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I respect both sides. You know, I respect both sides. Sean Payton, man, talk your shit, man. But again, like I said, your guys got to come out and be ready to play, because if they don't, it's gonna be you're gonna have the bullseye on your back. But
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a big fact, man. Speaking of, we're gonna get to this division too. We're gonna drop this FanDuel read, Man to Man Pod, presented to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. And then after this quick intermission, we're gonna get to the Broncos division, AFC West. We'll talk about their win props, the odds on who's gonna win that division. I think we all know who's gonna be in the lead on the top of the leaderboard there.
No question.
Much similar to Formula One. We know who's gonna be at the top of that leaderboard as well. But we'll get to it on the other side of this read from FanDuel.
The U.S. women's soccer team is taking on the world, and you can take home bonus bets every time they win with FanDuel. Because right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets, guaranteed. Plus another $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win. Just go to FanDuel.com/M2M Live and sign up between now and August 3rd. Then place your first $5 bet to unlock your bonus bets. That way, you'll be all set to bet on everything from total goals to player props. My favorite. All tournament long. However you want to play. Don't miss your chance to get $10 in bonus bets for every Team USA win, plus $100 in bonus bets guaranteed. Go to FanDuel.com/M2M Live to sign up today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I saw this tweet before we get to this division. I saw this tweet from the 33rd team. They put out some good content. Shout out to the 33rd team. Big group of former players, coaches, executives, and people doing their thing in the media as well. They had a question, man, and I felt like it was definitely a good question to ask you, Ben. Did you play at every stadium in the NFL? Or I guess every team stadium. I know some of them got new probably after you played.
Yeah, every team stadium. Yep.
Okay. I think I have. I'm not sure. I got to think about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But home field advantage. Question came from the 33rd team. Which team has the best home field advantage? And they have the Steelers, the Vikings, got a nice little skull chant. Superdome for the Saints, Broncos, Chiefs, Lions, Bills, Green Bay, the Niners, Eagles, the Seahawks, or other. Based on your personal experience, 14-year NFL veteran, what team would you say has the best home field advantage in their stadium?
Denver.
Oh, because of the altitude?
The altitude. So I wouldn't even say as far as like the fans, but that altitude, that home field of bruh.
Yeah. It take a few drives.
And
better get off the field.
And then few drives, that could be tough. But I would say Denver. But outside of that, man, this is tough, man, because I've experienced these crowds like the Pittsburgh and terrible towels. Like
Renegade.
They get the rolling. Seattle. You know, when I was in that division with Arizona and San Fran playing there once a year, man, like just how loud it gets in that stadium. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Give me your top 3.
Give me top 3. I'm gonna say
top 3.
So I'm gonna go Seattle.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Arrowhead, KC.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go
New England?
Nah.
Oh, I thought you were about to say New England.
Nah.
I feel like something in the air up there, though. Shit, something's just always weird just happened up there.
And I'm gonna go between the Steelers and New Orleans because I know we had some time in New Orleans. That crowd.
You gotta pick one, though. You gotta pick one.
So I'm gonna go Seattle, Kansas City, and I'm gonna go New Orleans.
Okay, those some good.
Superdome.
New Orleans Superdome got to be at, what is it, Mercedes now or see it, whatever it is. When Drew Brees had that shit rolling, that offense got a blender. So they got to make my top 3. I'm going just off personal experience.
Yeah, that's
we're on the other side. We're on the other side of an ass whooping in there when I played New England. So New Orleans got to be in my top 3. Same thing with Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle, night game, Sunday night football at 12th man, got the rocket. You look across on the sideline, the team, you could tell they just feeding off the energy.
Sir. Yes,
so that definitely, that's just one of them places where you can feel that. And I was a player who I like playing on the road. I like the hostile environment. I like, shutting that crowd up, making plays. It's y'all, hey, we got to pack a defense. It's going to be us again. We got to bring our own energy. I used to like those type of situations. So Seattle, New Orleans, I do that Steelers shit. That Renegade, come on. That's an experience. How the hell Ford Field got on here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Field snuck on there. I might have the same one, man. Arrowhead.
Bro, that Arrowhead, bro. Like,
that should be outdoors. How
yes,
loud they getting. It feel like the stadium is like
it comes facts. Like everybody looking down on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there too. So Arrowhead, Lumen out there in Seattle, and then that Superdome in New Orleans. Those would be my 3 as well. I mean, just once again, based off personal experience. Buffalo, right? You play in Buffalo late. It could be tough as well. Broncos, obviously the elements, but I'm gonna go there too. Saints, Seattle. Oh, somebody said Philly. Philly is.
Yeah, I mean Philly. That's good atmosphere.
NRG Stadium had their moments.
They had their moments. Yeah.
Red jerseys.
I'm trying to think who else.
Who? Let me hear what y'all think in the comments, man. Obviously, see some Chiefs.
Chiefs, no doubt about that. That Minnesota, but like you said, that Minnesota, they be rocking in there.
That's gold clap. But see, my personal experience in Minnesota, we whooped that ass. So they was trying to.
I wouldn't say
over at hello.
And somebody said it right. So I wouldn't say so much Levi Stadium, but Candlestick.
Candlestick Park.
Yeah, Candlestick Park. I remember we played up there, man. I think it was my 7th or 8th year in the league with the Colts. And I think it might have been, matter of fact, I think it was my last year with the Colts. The last year of Candlestick, because that next year I went to San Fran, and it was our first year in Levi. But Candlestick was rocking too.
Yeah, I think I played there. If that was Caps.
Yeah.
Antoine was on the team. Antoine had Frank G.
Yeah.
Candlestick. That was a real good environment. Somebody asked, I don't know if they was asking us, maybe they were asking people in the comment section, but best place to play with good food.
New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that quick. We used to go to Houston every year, so I like the food in Houston, but Papado had to make that Papado.
Yeah, but now shit. I feel like New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah, you can't,
Kansas City.
That would be mine. That's
Kansas
mine.
City.
That barbecue after the Kansas City game, you can go. People that don't know, we flying the night before. You got a few hours, you can go. If you got some friends, if you got some people, maybe you go out with some people on the team, go get some food, get some dinner before your night meetings and stuff. If it's a night game, maybe you can go get a meal somewhere during that day. But Kansas City, like, because we always get like a meal after the game, play the game, and then the team basically caters some meals. And that barbecue in Kansas City, every time. Is it Gate? I think Gates Barbecue, undefeated. Give me that Kansas City post-game meal for sure. But New Orleans, as far as like the options.
Yeah. Man, I remember one year I was we played. I was with San Fran at the time, and Brandon Lloyd. Shout out to B Lloyd. B Lloyd was like, "Yo, AB, man, I got a spot for us, man." I'm like, "All right." Me and B Lloyd go. We in New Orleans. It's a little. I forgot the name of it. It's a little house, and they sell burgers and baked potatoes. And it was like a weird, weird options. Like, burger and a baked potato. But man, when I'm talking about good food, bro, I'm like, yeah,
New Orleans hands down.
New Orleans will be one on my list. Kansas City will be 2 on my list.
Yeah, that's fair for sure. Hey, look, it's part of the reason I think Zion got to get up out of there, man. Sorry, I told y'all, man. Hey, man, I got all this money. I got all this time. This shit hard, bro. I feel you, Zion. Pause. Shit tough. Shit tough to eat good out there with all them options and all. Oof. Take a trip down there, man. But let's finish out with some football, man.
Let's get it.
AFC West.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
AFC West odds. Now, this is the biggest preseason odds favorite so far, which we probably expected. Kansas City Chiefs up top, minus 180 right now to win the division. Chargers, my Chargers, plus 300 right now. Second, Broncos, plus 600. And damn, the Las Vegas Raiders at plus 1,700 right now, going into Josh McDaniels' second year. So I guess we start there. We start at the bottom. Obviously, they got their drama. They got their issues right now. One of their best offensive players, the league's leading rusher last year, Josh Jacobs, is in the contract situation right now. Not present at camp, I believe, still at this moment. But their win prop is set at the total 6.5. The over is plus 108 right now in the FanDuel Sportsbook. The under is at minus 138. Do they win more than 6 games this year out in Vegas, AB?
Nah, I think so. I think they'll hit the over.
Okay.
I think they'll hit the over, man. I think Josh Jacobs, he'll be back in the fold sooner or later. You still got one of the top receivers in Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Jimmy G, for whatever it's worth, he's a winner. I think that connection was going on, paying out pretty well. And then, Jimmy G is familiar with Josh McDaniels. So I think they could surprise some folks. 7 wins, I think they could. I could definitely see them at 7-10.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I mean? So I will go over here.
For those reasons you named, Josh Jacobs, I expect him to be back probably around, time for the season to start. I think he'll be back in the building. Playing on the franchise tag. They did lose Darren Waller, who was banged up a lot last year. Hunter Renfrow was kind of banged up last year too. He didn't have a big year after getting paid. So I think this is kind of one of those, statement years like, hey, I deserve, the contract and I deserve to be out here and get these targets. Devontae Adams, unbelievable year last year, had kind of a slow start. And like you said, Jimmy G being familiar with McDaniels' offense, I think it is a big deal here now. Sure. Defensively, a lot of question marks on defense. And we know very tough division. We can see with their long plus 1,700 odds to win this division. But I'm right there with you. I can see this being a 7-8 win team out there in Las Vegas. I think they have enough talent. I think Josh McDaniels going into his second year. I think he'll find a way to win 7-8 games. So I'm going to over as well. Plus money on the over. So you make a little bit of money. You bet 100. You end up winning 108 from that on the sports book. So I'm with you. I think we both are over with the Raiders winning more than 6 games.
Denver Broncos. Sean Payton out here talking this shit. Will the Broncos, will they be over or under 8.5 wins? Russell Wilson slimming down some. Jerry Jeudy on the defensive side. Pat Surtain the second.
Simmons.
They
got some pieces on defense.
Over under 8.5 for the Denver Broncos, D-Buck.
Hit me over. Give me over. Even with as bad as they played last year offensively, I forget the stat, but it was shocking to see if they had scored like more than 18 points. Like they would have been like an 11-win team or something crazy like that. But I think Sean Payton, with all his shit talking, sometimes they get the troops going. Sometimes they get them going, man. Hey, our coach out here talking shit.
So, yeah.
We're going to ride with him, man. He believes in us. We doing, we need to do a lot of things different than we did last year. And obviously he comes in with a ton of credibility, already winning the Super Bowl, having all of the offensive success that he's had in this league for a long time. We know who Russell Wilson has been in this league. I think that last year was more of an outlier than it was like an indication of where his career is going at this point. So I think I think this is how I feel. I think he gets back on the right path in his career. This is a Super Bowl winner. This guy, even his passer rating throughout his career is up there with some of the greats. So I think Russell Wilson has a much better year. And he went, 9 wins, Mr. Unlimited. Give me 10. I'd be comfortable going over 9 wins for these Denver Broncos. So I'm going with the over, man. Where you going with it?
They get 9 wins this year. I think Sean Payton is going to be a huge asset just on the offensive side of the ball with his play calling. I think he's going to push Russell to get back, like you said, to the caliber style quarterback that Russell was when he was in Seattle. I might be right there with you, D, but
okay.
I see him over. I see them winning 9 games. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm
Trashy said Broncos win 6 games.
6. Marcus feel like that Russell Wilson ship had sailed. I mean, he looked
bad.
He looked lost last year.
He looked bad last year.
He looked bad. Like you said, his body was a little different. And he looks like he's gotten much better shape this year. You got a new coach. And when the head coach comes down, that means practice schedules changing, training camp changes, how you do install, everything changed in that building. We know there was a lot of talk about what some of the things Russell Wilson was able to do in that building as well. I know Sean Payton came in before he started talking shit to everybody else. He kind of started talking shit to his own quarterback first. So Sean Payton and that team got to back it up. But I'm going with the Broncos. I feel good about that over at 8.5. Even though they are in a tough division.
Your mob, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert just got the bag. Highest paid QB in the league.
52.5 a year.
Talented quarterback. But he hasn't taken his team to them places, D. But 9.5 wins over under for your Los Angeles Chargers with your guy Justin Herbert.
Give me over. And I've been a Chargers fan for a pretty short period of time now. I think this is going into my 3rd year of my Charger fandom, and it's literally because of this guy right here on the graphic. Unfortunately, we know what happened with Tyrod Taylor for Herbert to get his shot. But from that first game, I believe against the Chiefs, he took an overtime in his first start. It's just been, how he's played. Now, you blow a 27-point lead in the playoffs last year. That had to leave a bad taste in your mouth, pause, for the quarterback and for that team. So they got a lot to prove. But and we talk about every year coming into the year, they look so good on paper. You know, the talent. You added J.C. Jackson last year. He wasn't playing well, then he got hurt. Added Khalil Mack. Can Bosa stay healthy? Derwin James, one of the best safeties in the league. Asante Samuel Jr., another ascending young corner. Offensively, you lost your left tackle last year, Slater. So you get him back. One of the best young centers in the game as well. Eckler got a lot to prove this year. So I think they get over 9 wins. And they play the Chiefs. It's somewhat of a battle. Obviously, we know the Chiefs are the class of the NFL right now, but over and under, give me the Los Angeles Chargers over 9.5. And once again, I feel really, really good about this one. I think this 11-12 win team. But like you said, they got to get to them places. Highest paid quarterback in the league now. Yep. I like the first round pick, Quentin Johnston.
Yep.
You bring him out there with him, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, once again.
And then you still got Josh Palmer out there.
Still got Palmer.
Yeah.
So I like it, man. Where you at with it? I'm
with you, man. I can see them winning 10 games. They have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. Obviously got to stay healthy. Justin Herbert getting that new bag, man. I feel like it's another level he has to take his play to get his team and lead his team to them places. But I could definitely see them winning 10 games this year. One of your mobs. I'm
still rocking heavy. Hey, my mobs, my Dolphins, obviously. My Colts.
Chargers.
Obviously, my Chargers and my Eagles. So,
Sheesh.
I still got my same 4.
And last but not least, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. They are
what are they at? 11.5?
Coming in at what are they at? 11.5 wins. I'm gonna say it over. I have them over 11.5, no question. Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey.
That put anybody under here?
Nah, everybody was over in this. It be like that sometimes. But I have them winning. The AFC West again this year. I have them at the top of the AFC, man. I just feel like with 15 on the center, with Andy Reid on that sideline, it's just gonna be tough, man. They're able to put the points up on the board. I feel like the defense side of the ball. They have a very, very solid defense, So again, I got Kansas City back in the bowl again. This dynasty that they got right now, it's a special thing, man. Yeah.
Back in the bowl, AB.
Hey,
I know Patrick Mahomes. I know Reed. I know.
Like when Tom was in New England, every time he was under that center, I can expect him to make a run for it. And that's what I'm gonna do with 15. I'm putting him in that box, in that mold. As long as 15 is out there healthy, man, he's gonna have his team.
Hard to argue.
He's gonna have his team playing late in the season. It might sound crazy, but and I know how tough it is for you have that Super Bowl hangover, but I think this. That's just how I feel, man.
I'm definitely with you over. I mean, it's if I had to place one bet to win the Super Bowl or to even get to the Super Bowl, you'd be an idiot for you not to place that bet on the Patrick Mahomes led Chiefs, or the Chiefs led by Patrick Mahomes. But they special, like you said. Check every box. The AFC just a gauntlet this year, man. Ravens, Bengals, the Bills, Dolphins, Jets. We'll see. But yeah, like you said, it's hard to bet against this dude. He's a phenom. But yeah, I feel really good once again about this over. Barring any, unforeseen circumstances, Patrick Mahomes gonna get you at least 12. So give me another over. So that's over
for everybody.
4 teams.
So it be like that sometimes.
It be like that sometimes. We expect we did the AFC North, I believe, last time. And You look at this division. Who are they playing against actually?
Somebody had put it in the chat earlier.
Yeah, which divisions are the AFC West matching up against this year? But yeah, give me the Chiefs over. Feel good about it. Minus 134 right now for that. Plus money on the under, of course. But yeah, Mahomes, Kelsey. It's been flashes. They've been showing highlights from training camp of these young receivers. Justin Ross. I'm excited to see if Justin Ross can develop on that field. I think he would have been a first round pick coming out of Clemson if he didn't have that neck injury in college. He's been showing some flashes, but it really they showing it doesn't really matter who you put around Mahomes, Kelsey on that offense side of the ball. And then they've been able to figure it out when it counts the most on the defensive side. And you had Chris Jones, one of the best interior D linemen in the game. He's dealing with some contract issues as well right now, trying to get his money. We'll see if he's back, but yeah. So John J, Triple J.
No.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong. No, John J.
I just stamped Triple J last
John
week
J.
with his credibility too, man. Come on.
Shit, you on probation, John J.
Oh, damn it.
You on probation. Oh. You won't pop up there no more with no news.
Who we got, man? Who is the AFC West facing off with outside of their division? One more time, one more peek at these odds for the AFC West. Chiefs favorite, obviously, minus 180. Chargers, Broncos, and the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. So, man, it's just going to be a good one. They always battle. AFC West, they always battle one another. So I'm excited for them. Obviously, Sean Payton with Denver.
Hey!
And, oh, my gosh. Come on, Taylor. Come on, Taylor.
You're a wild boy, Taylor.
Wow.
So, Mikey Richardson said they're playing against the NFC North. Keith Long, NFC North and AFC East. All right, Keith. So NFC North, once again, maybe some new listeners on here who don't know who's in that division. Vikings, Packers, Bears, Lions. They make up the NFC North, and then the AFC East.
You got Miami, the Bills, the Jets.
Yes, sir.
And New England Patriots.
Yep. I can't wait for this year, man. We already got, obviously, a lot of off-season drama, but we got moving parts, new coaches, new teams, new players, running backs. What the running backs going to do this year, man?
They're going to ball, man.
I'm
putting my money on the table for the running backs, man, and running backs going to have some success this year. You know, they're going to play big, obviously, you know. League
change that narrative.
The owner's sitting on them. Hey, shout out to the running backs, man. Y'all go out there and y'all do y'all thing, man.
Everything.
Before we get out of here, last week, man, we did an interview, man. One of the best safeties.
Yes, sir.
One of the best safeties in the league right now. Turns the ball over. Drafted by the Detroit Lions. Played with the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, Quandre Diggs, man, hell of a player. And listen to this interview. You know, he give AB some shout outs, man, on his swag. You know what I'm saying? D-Butt always be talking about how he came to Indian. Hey, Q Diggs gave me a shout out, man.
That pissed me right on off.
Hey, yeah, I know it did. But hey, listen to this quick teaser, man, of having Q Diggs.
Bro, he was like, he'll never be Jammer. He will never be Jammer. Whip him. Like, I'm like, bro, what's up? Like, we were just cool. Like, what's up?
Right. I feel disrespected. You feel me? I told you was gonna be playing for me, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, coach. I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I'm like, but everybody I tell him straight up, I'm like, yeah, but everybody gotta pay. Nobody know this though. Nobody know this. But GQ. The whole time I'm watching everything he do at safety. Because he told me this. He's like, hey, you remind me of myself. I think you're going to be playing safety. The best thing that really could have happened in my career was going to Detroit. Coach Caldwell get fired, bro. It turned into the military, bro. Detroit, Navy SEALs. You might be happy walking into the building. As soon as you walk in, you just like, I don't even want to be here, bro. Like,
yeah.
He came up to me after the game. He was like, Don't you ever point that ball at me.
Hey, once again, man, great interview, I think, from start to finish. Obviously, we talked about his path, his career, going up to Texas, being a little brother of a legend, a Texas legend, Quentin Jammer. For y'all who don't know, very good corner for a long time in the league, especially with the Chargers. But talked about that, talked about what he's doing now. Obviously, been, like AB said, one of the best safeties in the league right now, multiple-time Pro Bowler out there in Seattle. A lot to talk about. What's going on off the field with him, just everything. Make sure y'all check that interview out ASAP. It's on the page, and we're going to drop the link on our socials as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I got to run. I got to get out of here, man. I got another meeting. I'm late for, but hey, appreciate y'all as always. It's Monday. Get your 30 minutes in. Get that heart rate up, man. Health as well.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Hey, man. Have fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, AB. I'm going to run through some of it, just the last, before we get out of here. I got to talk a little bit of F1.
F1. Hey, shout out Max. Shout out my guy Max.
Shout out AB guys Max, man. He started in P6 in his last race, the Belgian Grand Prix. He ended up on the top, of course, won this race by damn near 32nd. Once again, first time of the season, the race before this, I said, you know what, that shit was kind of boring. This one was another snooze fest. Going into the summer break now for F1, so they'll be on break until August 22nd, and thank God NFL season is right after that, because this season is just about over with. But from the Belgian Grand Prix, Red Bull, first and second. This is their 12th, I believe, consecutive win in F1. Max Verstappen's 8th consecutive win as a driver, which breaks the all-time record, break the tie he had with Sebastian Vettel, who also won 7 straight. So now Max is up to 8 straight. Charles Leclerc, who started on pole position this week, he ended up in 3rd, so he got another podium this year for Ferrari. The Red Bull, the car is obviously a rocket ship, but you got to give Max his credit as well, because he has a teammate out there, Sergio Perez, who's driving the same car and does not have nearly the same success this year or previous years. So Max is he's in top tier form right now. Lewis Hamilton finished in 4th, Fernando Alonso 5th, George Russell 6th, Lando Norris 7th, Ocon 8th, Lance Stroll 9th, and Yuki Tsunoda finished out in 10th. These are the points leaders right now going into the summer break. And once again, Max is just in a class of his own with 314 championship points in the Drivers' Championship race. Sergio Perez in 2nd place, another Red Bull driver, 189. You got Alonso and Hamilton in a battle for that 3rd position. The 2 old heads on the grid, Fernando Alonso at 149, Lewis 148, and then you got Leclerc, Russell, Sainz, Norris, Stroll, and Ocon to round it out. And I mean, it just illustrates how dominant Red Bull and Max have been after just 12 races in 2023. Red Bull has now doubled the number of points of a 2nd place Mercedes in the World Constructors Championship. Are we witnessing the most dominant season in F1 history? Good question. You can see down there, for the people that can't see right now, Red Bull is sitting at 503 constructors points compared to 2nd place, 247. We've talked about the eras of dominance throughout Formula One over the years. This is looking like right up at the top of that list. I mean, they've won every race. It hasn't been close. This is a bad time for them, though. Obviously, you're trying to get a lot more North American fans into the sport. And when you have the same team and the same driver winning every race, regardless of where he starts. Max Verstappen started in 6th position in P6 because he put a new power unit in, I believe, or some type of engine component, which gave him a 5-grid penalty. And he still won the race by damn near 30 seconds, which is insane on the Formula One track. So, we might be witnessing the most dominant era, which is not great for the sport that's trying to expand. But guess what? I'll still be watching once they come back from summer break. on August 22nd. We have some football, some NFL football on Thursday. The Hall of Fame game is here. Jets and the Browns, I believe. So, yeah, I don't think you'll see a lot of the vets playing in that game, but you will be seeing a lot of young guys in this NFL football. You'll be seeing NFL players with NFL jerseys playing in NFL. Well, actually, no, that one would be in Canton. Hall of Fame game. I was slated to play in one Hall of Fame game, but it actually got canceled because of the field conditions, which is crazy. We were supposed to play the Packers Colts. But yeah, I'll be watching some of it I got to get that fixed. I can smell football season right around the corner. 30-some days left until we're there, man. But that'll be good. As AB said before he got out of here, get your 30 minutes in. Get active. Get activated, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Once again, go check out that Quandre Diggs interview. I promise you won't be disappointed. We'll have some more interviews coming up soon. And soon, we'll start getting back to our 2 shows a week, which is Monday and Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On top of some other exciting things we got coming up this fall, AB will be in the booth calling games. I'll be back on the Pat McAfee show this fall, 2 days a week, 2 different days a week. Last year was Wednesdays and Thursdays. This year, this fall, it'll be 2 different days, and I'm pretty excited about what days they are. So, but more on that later. Take care of yourself. Start your week off right. Start your day off right. Well, where are we at? We down at lunchtime now, so hopefully y'all are off to a good start. We will see you guys on Monday. Once again, check out the socials for the link to that Quandre Diggs interview, but it's right here on our YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See you next week. Go.
Yeah, we talking, man to man, they can't guard me, man to man, they don't wanna see us, man to man, they don't know how to beat us, man to man, 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 yeah, man, that's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing and hard times ain't so bad, just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see us, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man, 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 man to man.
Any way we can get it, baby. Any way we can get it. Hey, I just saw a late question in here from Nakiba, one of our day ones. Had a question, was late. Need to know the thoughts on Eli Apple signing with my Miami Dolphins. Good signing. Good signing. Quality corner. I know Eli Apple takes a lot of shit. Deserves some of it. Maybe not so much. Still pretty young. I was surprised to see. I think he's only 27. Definitely surprised me. But obviously with Jalen Ramsey going down, our big time off-season acquisition. Man, I hated to see that. Hated to see Jalen Ramsey go down in preseason. But had a meniscus repair. They're saying he should be back by December. We also got some good guys, not only with Eli Apple. We got Khalil. We drafted Cam Smith in the second round this year out of South Carolina, who I liked coming out. So we have some obviously we still got X-Men, Xavier Howard. So we still have a lot of talent in that secondary. And I feel like we have a great front as well. Very, very, very good front seven. But I feel good about the Eli Apple signing. He started a ton of games in this league, and I know once again a lot of people have an opinion about him. A lot of fans, a lot of casuals, a lot of players. I saw Tyreek Hill say, "Hey, Monday's going to be interesting at practice," but you're not just starting that many games in this league, especially playoff games as well, without being a good football player. And I think that's what Eli Apple is. So I'm not mad at this signing at all. Here's a couple more questions before I get up out of here. Somebody asked me after talking about Pat Show, hey, Daryl Owens, golfing in Tahoe next summer. That's the plan. That's the plan. I plan to be out there. I actually plan to be golfing in a lot of tournaments next summer, fall, winter, spring, whenever. The golf game has taken huge strides. Picked it up. Really, been away from football for my last season, 2017. This is 2023 now. So this will be, once the season kicks off, I believe maybe my 6th season away from the NFL, which is crazy to even think about. And, play a lot of basketball still competitively, but golf, man, I'm upset I didn't pick up the game earlier. It's one of the games, it works on my patience, which is extremely important for me. It gets me outdoors a lot, which I haven't been doing since I stopped playing football, during the shutdown, during, 2020, 2021. I started getting outside a lot more, whether it be in the pool or just outside working out a little more. But playing golf, you outside 3.5, 4.5 hours some days, and just, out there in nature, hearing birds chirping and the animals moving around, and you're playing a game, and, just being patient. I never learned how to play chess, but I feel like golf is, it's one of them, you got to have some strategery, some strategy, some patience, and obviously the skill. It's you versus you. It's all between the ears. It's all about being able to repeat, that motion, that swing, and to get what you needed to get done, to accomplish. Obviously, extremely hard game, but I needed that for me. I needed that challenge, that athletic, that physical, that mental challenge to kind of obsess over. Honestly, that's just kind of, it's just kind of one of those things that I need in my life. So golf has definitely filled that gap. I'm excited about it. 37, so still relatively young when it comes to golf, and I think it's something I can still do for the next 40, 50 years. I get out there with my kids. So it's just an awesome sport for me, for sure. I've obviously been watching it a lot more lately now too. Betting on it, playing it. So yeah, I plan to get in a lot of these tournaments coming up. Yeah, that's about it, man. Some good questions though before getting up out of here. Appreciate y'all as always. See you guys next Monday. We gone.